Good day to all. I am Dr. Kolammal from MBA Department, Assistant Professor. I am going to explain to you one of my favorite topic in human resource management. Before moving on to the topic, first let me tell why human resource management is the main one. Because one of the main resource in every organization is human, and we can never predict them whether they are going to be a satisfied resources today and whether they will be a satisfied resources for tomorrow also, as it is a complex and complicated personalities with whom actually the human resource department is dealing with. Because the main thing is that they perceive too many things from other people, at the same time they perceive themselves also and too many complex natures. They learn certain things and also they have personalities are different from one person to another, where we cannot predict them what actually is the major content of them. And also the motivational, some may go behind the financial incentives, whereas some just a word of appreciation will make them more motivated and render us the best services that they can. So the main thing is we are going to affect by the other person's behavior also. Say I am going to give a comment about to my students, they may get affected either as a motivational spirit or sometimes to the non-motivational spirit also. So they get affected by the other person's behavior and criticism, and so we are going to do an interpersonal research, that is what I am actually with. So to moving on, what is the topic? The main topic is transactional analysis. This is actually formed by the person called Eric Berne. His main thing is that we have to know what actually we are as well as what other people is going to perceive us. So for this we are going to deal with the main thing is analyzing all these basic concepts. I am going to deal everything individually. So the first one is analysis of your self-awareness. That is, the first one is, you should have heard about the term called SWOT analysis, that is what is going to be your strength, what is going to be your weaknesses and opportunities and threats. Though we say it is internal and external, exploring yourself actually makes them to understand what your inner self is. That is, what is my strength and what is my weaknesses and what are the opportunities that I am going to tap out with and what is going to be my threats for my career, my personality as well as for my professional one. So you have to have an inner self. Okay, after understanding your SWOT analysis, what is the next step? To integrate it. Yes, with this strength, I am going to tap up my profession. No, with this weakness, I am going to overcome all these weaknesses and treat it as an opportunity for me into the future. This is what the basic integration is. And you are going to find out what is your image about yourself into the future. Say for example, when we are going to the final year, that is for the placement, we generally have a question, what is going to be your status in the next 5 years or 10 years period of time? Your image, and whether you are conscious that you are going in the right path or you are unconsciously traveling along with them without knowing what is going to be your destiny. This is what is the process of transaction analysis deal when it comes to self-awareness. And the major criteria falls under the Zohari window, where we categorize people into 4 different criteria. The first one is the open. I know what I am capable of and others also know. You would have seen so many people talented in either dance or singing or something. They are becoming world famous. What is it? They know what they are capable of and they are ready to explore to them that I am worth of this. The next one is the blind, where unknown to self. I don't know what I am capable of, but the others know about me. This comes in the way of these egoistic characters, where we react to a situation immediately where we don't know what we are worth of, but the other person who is going to witness it knows what actually we are capable of. The next one is the hidden, that is neither I know it and nor known to the other persons. That is known to self and unknown to the others. I know I don't want to reveal my character to other person. I have certain things which is going to be my drawback. So I am not going to reveal it to the outsiders. I am going to hide it and keep it as a treasure. The last one is unknown. This is the most safest one, where even we don't know what we are and we never allow the others also to know what actually we are capable of. The next is your analysis of ego states. Generally we fall under this either 3 of the categories. That is, ego state is either you are going to be a child ego or you are going to be an adult ego or to the parent ego. Child means it's very simple. I want this for this second, I need it, that's all. They are going to fight, they are going to cry and they will get it finally. Whereas the next one is adult ego, where we are going to concentrate what others will think about me, that is of the same gender or maybe the opposite gender but of the same age group. They are going to just think about them only and they are going to react. And obviously the parent ego is the most crucial one, where they are going to identify what the family will think about them, what the society will think about them. It's a simple way of, when the age grows, our expectation from others and the way others look at us also grows. So there we exhibit the stages of all these egos. And this egos depend on the major 5 criteria which is already mentioned over there. First one is, how do you think what you think? It's a basic one where the ego starts and ego ends. And what do you feel actually? Whether I'm comfortable with the situations, then I can say I have come over my ego. If I'm not comfort, somewhere I have to exhibit what I'm not comfort, but that is something portrayed as an egoistic characters. And age, obviously as we know that age we have categorized under the remaining 3, it comes under there also. Health, when you are physically and mentally strong enough, whatever is the situation, you have the guts to overcome it. But when you are disturbed totally, either physically or emotionally, you will bound to give a reaction to the others which may people think as an egoistic, exposure. The next is the behavior. Obviously, you would have seen so many people with almost an optimistic characters where they just take whatever comes on their way, they just give a smile and they just walk off. Whereas the other people, how much ever they win, they don't have the satisfaction that they come across. That becomes the behavioral prospects. The next one is your analysis of transactions. Okay, I know my character. I know what my ego characters are. How I'm going to have a transaction with the other. What does basically transaction means? What I'm going to give and what I'm going to take. So basically we deals with the society. Obviously, humans are supposed to be the social animals. So when I'm going to give certain things to the society, what the society is going to give it to me. So that is going to be the social interactions where you come across your friends, your families, your societies, and it becomes exchange between the persons. We don't categorize people as the higher or lower unless and until we step into the society. Once we step into the society for career or something, we start giving that I give this much to my company and what the company is going to give it to me. I am giving this much to my country, what my country is going to give it to me. It's like an exchange offer. We start giving our own personalities and it becomes either the verbal, non-verbal responses that you are going to give it to the society. Like how we are going to react to a situation matters to you a lot. Say for example, there is a protest that is going to happen. The way the media looks will be completely different. The way the corporates are going to look completely different. And the way the youngsters, the students are going to look will be a completely different prospects. That's what is actually a transactional analysis. And these transactions can be an A to A, that is adult to adult, or it's going to be a parent or child or vice versa. See, whenever you come across like the mind status of a kids, then automatically we don't have any problem at all. Once we start growing, it becomes the changes. That's what the next is crossed is higher level to a lower level, that is employees to the employers concepts. The last one is ulterior. Ulterior doesn't mean that I'm going to wear a face mask, I'm not going to show, I'm just going to act as if I'm happy. That is the mask which is going to tell to outsiders what I'm inside is not let out to anyone. I'm going to act. It's simply like a fashion thing that is going to be portrayed. The next is the script. This is what actually we have been taking forward. What my parents have told me, that this is wrong, this is good, this is okay, this is not bad. This is what the script. Somewhere my script is already written. It has been taught to me. It is traveling with me. So I am going to travel according to it. It's a script analysis. It's like something which has been given to me as a halo effect and I'm going to follow it up. So it's basically like we react because we are prepared to get reacted. If someone slaps, either we cry or we shout at the person. We never be trained to stop the hand of the person who is going to slap us. This is what if you are trained, yes, you will be following this till your end of the life. This is what the script analysis is. The next is analysis of your life position. We have seen the Zohari window. This is the completely different one. You know, the ages or the stages of your starting from optimistic going on to the pessimistic approach. So the first one is I'm okay. You are okay. That is, I'm fine with whatever I'm going to. Definitely the society in and around me is superb where I'm going to live it off. So there you becomes the trust and you get the amount of confidence that you can do anything over the world. The next it comes, I'm okay, you're not okay. That is, I'm doing everything perfectly, but the people around me is not allowing me to grow. The society around me is not supporting me to grow. The economy that is not supporting me to grow. So you automatically put yourself into the cushioned comfort zone and you're just expecting the others, they are almost throwing the thorns on me. So what automatically happens is you become a distrustful. That is, you stop trusting others. The next one is, I'm not okay. This completely goes on with the negative where I become powerless, I become worthless. You start creating a negative impact on yourself about you and you start moving on it. And the final one, it is completely a negative where I'm not okay, you are not okay. The society is not allowing me to grow, I also don't want to grow. This is the end state where people stop actually to grow and even to think why I'm not growing. Next is stroking. This word nowadays, it's becoming a famous one. It's a shock and the sudden surprise that you're going to come across. Why this actually happens is, you would have come across people who actually appreciates you, who recognize you, and who just motivates you, and for some people you become the role model also. When you understand this over a period of time, then automatically you become the reactive one. So it can be either positive, it can be negative, and it can be mixed. For example, I'm doing a job for 5 years. Suddenly one point of time a person is coming and telling what you're doing for the past 5 years is superb work. That becomes a sudden stroke of positivity to me. Whereas some people would come and say that what you're doing is good, but you should have done it in a better way. So it's a mixture of positivity with negativity. But some people might say, you have not done any worth job till now. Your career, what you have been traveling for the 5 years is just a scrap. Once this has been given as a comment to you, automatically you halt for a few hours. Have I done it? You know consciously you are traveling, but in spite of that, you go to the level of this, it's called as a stroking. The last concept of it is game analysis. As everyone knows, it's an unpredictable move, and we don't stick on to one game at a time. It's like one screen, we have different games, we jump from one game to the other, and it's a pleasure running process, that's all. So here also we have, when we know that something is getting appreciated as per our likings, we tend to repeat it again and again. And sometimes we go for a social level sense, like I'm satisfied with this, I'll go on to the next level. But this matters when the age grows on. And the last one is ulterior, that is the ultimate process where you are just going to showcase the opposite characters of yours. So I hope I have made you understand what is the transactional analysis, because it's a beautiful one which actually tends to understand what I am worth of and what the others worth of. Once you know the pulse of us in tune with the others, automatically you can win over the world. Thanks for listening.